Stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance by saying, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I call this meeting to order at 9:05 a.m. and at this time open up the floor to public comment. Hearing none and seeing none, we will move on to agenda item number 3, and I'll call on Dana Best to discuss the 2020-2021 fiscal budget. Dana?
Good morning. I am requesting approval of the fiscal budget on Monday. This year's fiscal budgets are a $57.5 million expense and revenue budget. 79% is funded by grants, 12% by general fund subsidy. The majority of the change between this year and last year is health choices is no longer flowing through Cumberland County, and that wipes out a substantial amount of dollars. And our grant revenue went from 89% down to 79% because health choices was a 100% state-funded program. It's still a 100% state-funded program. The money just doesn't cap through the county. Any questions?
No.
Thank you, Dana.
Welcome.
Agenda item 4 is contracts and grants, and I'll start with agenda item 4.1a, which are existing contracts and grants, a contract extensions or addendum with no additional cost or increase to the county. And they are as follows: the Claremont Nursing and Rehabilitation Center Homeland Hospice Respite Contract, which is a continuation. Commissioners, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns?
No.
Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to agenda item 4.2, which consists of new contracts, vendor services grants, and contracts with increases or decreases to the county. I'll call on Kim Bittner, who's joining us on WebEx to discuss the PA Department of Human Services Access to Eligibility Verification System for Aging and Community Services. Kim?
Yes, good morning. This is an agreement between us and the Department of Human Services for us to have access to the EVS system, which is the eligibility verification system. Since we are no longer a provider, we lost access, so this agreement will allow us to have access again, which shows us that consumers are eligible for this.
Do you have any questions for Kim? Thank you, Kim. Christine Bowden is joining us to discuss the other 3 agreements for aging and community services. Christine?
Good morning. The Center for Independent Living is the Aging and Disability Resource Center. We had to increase their contract. They took on the responsibility of another contracted employee, which will increase their allotment for the year. The Adams County Aging and Disability Resource Center never submitted their 1920 contract, which is what we're submitting now again because it was never approved, to take care of person-centered counseling. This is for consumers to get assistance in filling out MA applications, housing assistance, or anything that they need. The last contract is for the nutrition group, which is our food provider, which we have really needed them during this COVID time. They have requested an increase in for the cost of meals and the cost of supplies to provide meals. We were able to request a 2% increase, which is what you have there.
Do you have any questions for Christine?
I do. Good morning, Christine. It's Jean. I am looking at this contract for the Adams County Area Agency for Aging, Inc. And the previous contract total is $36,100. And the new contract total is $1,540. So it's showing a decrease. I just want to make sure that there was really a decrease in this contract.
Yes, in this particular case, Adams County used to have a coordinator when it was the $33,000.
Okay.
Now they are using another coordinator from another other 9 counties.
Okay. All right.
we have 2 grant agreements for the Bureau of Elections. Commissioners, these are action requested agreements. The first is the CARES Act HAVA funds, which, if you recall, when we did the notice of intent, these are to provide funds due to the increase in costs related to mitigating the spread of COVID-19. And the election security grant is to improve and enhance the election technology. So it provides for additional personnel, equipment, and additional security related to voting systems and ballots. Do you have any questions about either one of these grant agreements?
So we need action on this today, so.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, if there's no other questions, I want to entertain a motion.
So I'll move to accept the CARES Act HAVA funds in the amount of $124,517.21, as well as the election security grant HAVA funds in the amount of $145,309.06.
Second.
Okay, moving and seconded, all in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. Jamie Reiber is joining us to discuss 2 agreements for children and youth. Jamie?
Commissioners, the 2 agreements I have are actually addendum. The first one is to our provider outside in school. They provide drug and alcohol treatment, and it's typically used by our juvenile probation office. Their new program they have available is called the Penn program, and will be coming in well over their state criminal allowance. And then the second is to our drug support contract, which is an instant service. We are adding transportation to their contract. We have the SS. We actually have to provide transportation for students to get back and forth to their home school district, regardless of where they're free. So this is just another program we have that can help us with that.
Do you have any questions for Jamie?
No.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Melissa Smith is joining us to discuss Vitals Plus Healthcare Staffing Agreement. Melissa?
Good morning. This is a temporary labor contract for agency nurses for RNs, LPNs, and CNAs. It will just add to the contract that we have for agency staffing. Again, as you probably know, that we are having difficulty with staffing and these agencies. It's difficult to get agencies, so that is just one to our list.
Any questions for Melissa? Thanks, Melissa.
Thank you.
John Lopp is also joining us to discuss the Cumberland Valley Tree Services Agreement. John?
There's $11,200, and it's for trimming back all the brush and cutting the tree limbs back along Public Safety Drive. They have grown over the safety lighting and the electric lines, and that all needs cut back, and that is what this contract is for.
John, how many companies bid on this?
This is the only quote I got. The reason I use someone down a tree service is because they're certified. They have all certifications, they're certified tree arborists, and also they carry workers' comp. And a lot of your tree service people, if you have residential trees or business trees by businesses, if they don't carry it, then you're responsible if there's an accident on the property. So that's why I use someone about a tree service, because they're very reputable and never had a problem.
So this was not put out to bid?
I'm sorry?
Was this put out to bid?
No, no, sir.
My question is, should it have been?
Under 11,300, it doesn't have to be. Between 11,300 and, I forget the other, maybe you need 3 competitive bids, and after that, it's usually put out to bid. It can be put, anything can be put out to bid, but, and I can do that if that's what you would like.
So the minimum to put out the bid now is 11,300 is what I'm hearing?
It's actually, it's 21,000 and above, you have to go out to bid.
Okay,
Above 11,300, you have to get quotes, but since it's below, no quotes are necessary.
okay, thank you for the clarification.
Commissioners, do you have any other questions for John? Thank you, John. Ron Snow is with us to discuss the PEMA Public Assistance Grant application. Ron?
Good morning, Commissioners. This is the kickoff paperwork for the FEMA Public Assistance Grant Program. In the paperwork, you'll be designating myself as the applicant agent on behalf of the county. So I will act as the point of contact with FEMA and FEMA. I will be able to sign any future paperwork for this specific COVID grant program. And that's typical of this grant program and how it works. And how we usually handle it is anything that I sign on behalf of the county will then run back through the commissioners and through the solicitor's office.
Do you have any questions for Ron?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ron. Kirk Stoner is joining us to discuss the Newville Borough Planning Grant Program. Kirk?
Good morning, Commissioners. This is the executed contract for the Cumberland Plan Grant application you reviewed on May 4th.
Any questions for Kirk? Thank you, Kirk. Sue Harbaugh is going to discuss an early intervention agreement as well as a mental health agreement for the 2019-2020 fiscal year. Sue?
Yeah, good morning, Commissioners. The two contracts that we have today are both amendments. The contract for early intervention, Marble Webster, is an increase of $4,160 for speech therapy due to additional services authorized. And the mental health contract for Diagnostic Child Family and Community Ministries for businesses Diagnostic Mental Life Services is also an amendment of an increase of $1,500 for additional outpatient services. Is there any questions?
Thank you, Sue.
Yes.
Next, I'll call on Kelly Nieder to discuss agenda item number 5, which is the signature card and resolution for a money market account at FND for NHIDD, as well as a draft resolution and the Pliget resolution 2020-16. Kelly?
Thank you. Good morning. I was working with Keith as we had our little conversation before about banking relationships. From time to time, it's better to use a money market versus a certificate of deposit, and each is requiring different resolutions. So I included as an example, the FMB signature card resolution for the NHIDD money market that we were hoping to open versus the CD. And then also the draft is provided by Keith to hopefully be something that we could use to designate going forward. So each account that is similar in nature to the designated banks, that we would be able to use this one resolution. So I supplied it in this venue for comment, but I was comfortable with it. It was drafted by Keith. And then lastly, the Pliget resolution, though, is very specific to Pliget, and it is a trust, and they have requested that be a resolution that we would utilize. I would like to establish a relationship with Pliget. They're happy to make a presentation to you when things open up and they're permitted to go out and make such presentations. So I'll provide those for your review. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer, but we'll completely defer to Keith.
Do you have any questions or comments?
You're okay with action on Monday on this?
Yes, thank you.
I'm fine.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
I'll I'll next call on Commissioner DiFilippo to discuss the reappointment recommendation for the Cumberland County Housing Authority Board.
Thanks, Stacy. Yes. Louis Martin has expressed interest to be reappointed to the Housing Authority Board. He served on both the Housing Authority Board and the Redevelopment Board. Is very highly thought of by the other board members. He is an attorney and is very helpful when it comes to muddling through some of the HUD rules and regulations. So would ask the board for approval of his reappointment on Monday. That's all I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next is discussion of a capital project request, and I'll call on Tammy Bender to discuss the request for finance requesting a budget software. Tammy?
Good morning, Commissioners. Finance is requesting approval of a capital project for the purchase of new budget software to replace the current 9-year-old SQL database. This project was discussed at the finance meeting on May 20th. To recap, the modules included in the purchase were salary and benefits, operating, capital, performance management, Square, and OpenBook. Would be no cost in the first year, and they would waive the $1,800 implementation fee and the $10,000 annual software subscription. But before year 2 would begin, we have the option to discontinue if we want or continue. For requesting a budget software, they discounted it $38,297, which is the first year of annual maintenance and support. The total capital cost is $722,528, which does include the amount if we would go with the cloud hosting. We put that in there because we didn't want to have to go back. We're still working with Plastic on the requirements of the hardware side to see whether we can do it faster. Going with the cloud option. Some of the justifications for the new budget software, it's a very robust software that will provide many benefits to the county, examples of forecasting with what-if scenarios. The current SQL code keeps changing often as the county makes changes to our current salary schedule. Finance is annually fixing a lot of the data in the current database once it's loaded to make the calculations work, running update periods, which run a big risk of changing more data than what we intended. And the original programmers who built the program no longer work for the county, and the knowledge now is residing with finance. Knowledge that program is extremely important, because when you make a change, there's normally more than one section of the code that ends up needing to change. Some of the benefits of Plastic, the budget software, the new software, county has control the program, we're able to make changes. Finance controls when the updates are applied, and any sort of configuration changes in the system doesn't require IT or Plastic will be able to make the changes. I think the biggest thing for me with the software is the ability to handle all our different salary benefit calculations we do in the budget document will be automated. With the purchase of the software, turnover in IT and finance is going to have minimal impact. Are there any questions?
Okay, thank you, Tammy. Agenda item number 8 is Commissioner Liaison Reports, and I'll start by calling on Commissioner Eichelberger.
Okay, very briefly, we continue to be very involved with the Cumberland Area Economic Development Corporation, both in terms of proceeding with our long-term strategic blueprint, but also now, of course, with the challenges of the short-term recovery, COVID recovery planning. So a lot going on there. I'll have more detail for you very shortly on some short-term planning needs and how we're proposing to meet those. The Policy and Planning Committee is going to meet again next week in regards to the strategic blueprint and specifically address the question of how the long-term planning dovetails with the new needs on the short term as well. So we are addressing that more thoroughly now, and I'll have more updates on that as well. MHIED, I because of the press of other business, I was unable to attend their meeting last week, so I'll get the director reports from Sue and Andy, and I'll share with you via email anything that's particularly pressing, plus just a general overview. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Eichelberger. Commissioner Fauci?
Let's see, I went to my first meeting of HATS at the coordinating committee, and I'm going to, Kirk Stoner and Toby Fowler and I are gonna go meet with Steve Deck, the second week of June to talk about some, Cumberland County issues with HATS. The local emergency planning committee, we met 2 weeks ago, and I will tell you that, virus or no virus, they are just really working very hard, getting businesses on board. I'm very pleased with their progress, and they're kind of tickled pink at how well they're doing. It's very nice. The library system board, June 1, some of our libraries will be reopening in Cumberland County, including Frederickson Library, which is very, very exciting, I'm sure, for many people. And of course, they'll be doing their social distancing and their disinfecting, but I think that's good news for our communities. And we had a planning commission meeting, and really the highlight of the planning commission meeting was Kirk gave an overview of the zoning process and how the planning commission handles plans when they come in and what they look at in terms of zoning. And it looks like this month I will get to my first Western Cumberland Council of Governments meeting, as long as they have one. And that's it.
Thank you, Commissioner Fauci. Commissioner DiPolito?
I asked for a 30-second recess because my report was already done.
I returned out of recess. Anybody got all?
I thought he was gonna say, because I have to go to the bathroom.
Personally, that's the real reason.
You think, is it?
June, will all the libraries be opening in June 1, Cumberland?
Not all of them.
Fixing my mask.
The library system put together an unbelievable opening plan. So they're just all kind of working through it in their own time frame and deciding what they can do to handle people safely. And but Frederickson, June 1, and then June 2nd, they're a polling place. So I think it's a very exciting time for them.
Okay, thank you. On May 20th, the Aging and Community Services Advisory Board met. Update on the Ombudsman Program, which is a program that helps resolve complaints involving long-term care services. It was federally mandated to stop facility visits on March 11th due to the COVID pandemic. All communication now is via emails and phone calls. And in March, we had 538 contacts, but in April it was down to 89. Our senior centers are stepping up, going above and beyond, delivering some grab-and-go meals to longstanding members who can't make it to the centers for pickup. Majority of staff continues to work remotely. This is actually allowing staff to spend more time, even if it's by phone, with consumers. Members have expressed concerns about our nursing home and nursing homes in general. Ray Soto attends these meetings and answered all questions, and the board is looking now at a 4-year plan. The Capital Region Council of Government meeting was canceled. Conservation District met on May 26th. All payments were dispersed to farmers that participated in the cover crop program. That amounted to about $78,000. DEP, Bureau of Clean Water, concluded its evaluation of our conservation district. The report covers items such as staff resources, education, information and outreach, program administration and compliance, and program enforcement. Our conservation district was given an overall commendable rating, and possible ratings include unsatisfactory, needs improvement, satisfactory, commendable, and outstanding. And the last evaluation was done in 2013. This year's Clean Water Award was given to J.W. Klein Excavating. They worked on several projects in the county and was given the award because of their dedication to detail regarding pre-construction meetings, and they are very conscious about the environment and ensuring that all BMPs, which are best management practices, are installed first, and continued maintenance of those BMPs. Educators of the Year awards were given to Sarah Beth Fulton and Sharissa Naylor. Farmer of the Year award was given to Greg Strayer. Greg and his family live in Hopewell Township. They run a beef operation. They also grow wheat, soybeans, and hay for crops. The family participates in conservation programs, and by doing so, has benefited the health of the Connewood Creek, which borders the western part of the property. And the tree seedling sale, which was postponed, is now canceled until next year, as well as the summer envirothon. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner DeFilippo.
Yes.
I would like to report that executive sessions were held on May 26, 2020 at 11 a.m. and on May 27, 2020 at 9:30 a.m. regarding personnel. And under other business, I will call on Holly Sherman to discuss an offer from Capital Blue Cross. Holly?
Good morning, Commissioners. Capital Blue Cross is Joshua, in the same manner as we had done previously. We'd like to provide box lunches to now our Sheriff's Department. They have previously provided box lunches to Public Safety in Claremont. So we'd like to request review and approval of this acceptance of the box lunches from Capital Blue Cross.
And Commissioners, this is an action requested item today.
This is for the sheriff's office.
Yes.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the request.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, moved and seconded, all in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other business that needs to come before the board today? Hearing none, we will adjourn.